Carolyn Nichols, Certified Holistic Nutritionist, here at the Energy Shack to show you some pantry staples. Now, these are not items that, the grocery stores are going to run out of stock and this is what you need to have. What I'm trying to show you instead are some staples that you should always or generally keep on the shelf, and from here you build on. And this is, of course, if you're trying to follow a healthy or plant-based diet. These are just some staples that I would just like to share with you and the reasons why. So first of all, let's go with fresh fruits and vegetables. So things like garlic, onion, ginger. I know I don't have an onion here, but those things are an always. And not just great for cooking, but should you or somebody in your household is not feeling well or has a virus of some sort, or you need an antibiotic, garlic, ginger, onion, natural antibiotics. So you could just whiz a couple cloves of garlic with some honey, bit of lemon juice, and voila, you've got a natural remedy. Got a sore throat or you've got an infection, you could grate some ginger, you can boil it, you could drink that. Again, you could add a little bit of honey and some lemon, and so now you also have another cold remedy. So also great for cooking, but these are things that you should never ever be without. Of course, there's lots of natural remedies that you can use with ginger, garlic, and onion, but that will be for another video at another time, just trying to show you some pantry staples and why I've chosen these items. So then we're going to just move over to the fruits. So apples, oranges, I know that's like kind of kindergarten snack food, but the truth is that they last for a very long time and you can get them locally. I'm very big on local superfoods, and apples, oranges should just always be part of your grocery list. Lots of vitamin C, lots of antioxidants, and get organic wherever you can. Lemons, an absolute must. You should always have lemons as well. So you could take, again, not only just to eat, but lemon juice, wonderful for detoxifying the liver, the kidneys. If you got any kidney issues, gout, you should drink lemon juice every morning. In fact, most everybody should just be drinking lemon juice every morning. If you find it's too acidic for you because you've got digestion problems, you need to call me. Because we can fix that so you can enjoy the wonderful detoxifying benefits of lemon again. And lemon is also wonderful because you can use it as a base for salad dressings. You can add a little bit of acidity to your soups, your stews, things like that, without using vinegar, because vinegar is pretty detrimental, very detrimental for the digestive system, and it poisons the blood and liver. Another conversation for another time. But just getting back to the apples and oranges, lemons. So again, you've got a cold or fighting an infection, or the immune system seems a little down. Most of the vitamin C is in the skin of the oranges and lemons. So you could grate that, blend that up, add some garlic, add some onions. So you see, these aren't just staples that I'm suggesting that you keep at home for good food, but they also make great, great natural remedies. Moving on to the vegetables, so carrots, celery, cabbage, almost always a must. And again, you build on these. So these are the staples, but maybe this week we're also going to buy pineapples and blueberries and bananas. Maybe next week you're going to do raspberries and pears. So you build on your grocery list from these as the staple. Variety is absolutely the key. I'm not suggesting you eat apples and oranges every day for the rest of your life. Moving on to the vegetables, so celery, carrots, cabbage, they are so key for keeping base. Now, the reason why I'm again suggesting that these are staple foods is because they last really long in the refrigerator. And if you want your celery to last even longer, grab some foil, wrap it up in the foil, and it keeps much more crisp that way. Again, you build on this. So you should always keep your lettuces. Maybe this week you're going to buy some fennel, maybe you're going to do some cabbage, maybe you're going to do some kale, maybe you're going to do some spinach. So just keeping the vegetables as a variety, but these are kind of your staple. The reason why I like carrots, it's like kind of a poor man's food, but so wonderful and versatile. So you could take your carrots and you can roast them. You could take your carrots and you can steam them and mash them and add them into loaves or veggie burgers or things like that. You could grate them up and put them on your salad, add some color if you're missing any tomatoes or peppers or other things that brighten your salad. When you're making rice, and so to change the color of your rice, you can just grate some carrots into the rice while it's cooking. So very versatile food, but also really great for vitamin A, beta-carotene, So good for you, right? And then celery, of course, juiced or celery on your salad, very good for lowering blood pressure, for keeping the blood really thin. So celery is such a fantastic superfood, and again, it's local, it's generally not very expensive as well. Cabbage. This is an incredible local superfood, and I'll tell you, it's not just cooking it down and stir frying it, because you could do that, you could steam it, but cabbage, you could grate it. So say you've got pain somewhere on your body, you've got some inflammation, you could just grate cabbage, put it in like a damp paper towel, and lay it on the area that's giving you pain. So this is really fantastic. Cabbage has pulling properties, so it can actually pull the inflammation out of you, pull the pain out of you by releasing toxins in the area. If you've got skin disorders, so eczema, psoriasis, rashes on the skin, you can actually take the cabbage leaves just like this and lay it on the skin and then wrap a cloth around it and sleep with it like that. Again, it softens the skin, it pulls toxins out. So cabbage is, again, not just such a great food to eat, but it is also fantastic for healing. So that's why these fresh foods are my absolute must for staples. Now we're going to move on to dry foods, and what do we need to keep in the pantry? So a couple things that are important. I do like to make my own almond milk. We sell it here at the Energy Shack, but it's always good to keep boxed milk on the shelf that will last for a very long time, because, you know, when it's boxed like this, then you've got months and months on the shelf, and sometimes we run out of milk. I certainly love this brand that we carry here, because when you read the ingredients, all it has, we sell an oat milk, we sell an almond oat milk, we sell the hemp milk. It just has hemp and water, oats and water. No preservative, folks. That is so rare. These are brought in right from Europe. So keep a healthy plant milk on the shelf, and just keep making your milk or buying your fresh milk if you like as well. But always good to keep one of these in case you run out. Herbal teas are wonderful. On our program, we recommend a really big breakfast, a good lunch, and a super light dinner. And healthy herbal, non-caffeinated teas are such a great way to just, have a light evening something without, you're feeling for a little something, but you're not super hungry because you've had so much food in the day. But herbal teas are wonderful for that. Also, if you're experiencing any digestion issues, peppermint tea, ginger tea, so good for that as well. Moving from these items, now we're going to get into our grains, our seeds, our beans. Why are these important? Because they're great sources of protein. So you'll always want to keep some sort of whole grains on your shelf. This is millet. Maybe you'll do some cassia or buckwheat. Maybe you do some quinoa. But I love millet because it's, again, generally you can get this grown in Canada. It's very high in protein. It's a gluten-free grain. You could use it as a rice. You could use it as a porridge. You can blend it up as a flour when it's dry. So you're going to want to always keep some grain staple on your shelf. And the other grain that I love to keep, and again, we sell this here, but is just some gluten-free rolled oats. And I love the rolled oats because I could turn it into a porridge if I want for the family for breakfast. Or say I'm making a burger or a vegetarian loaf and I need some dry ingredients. This is great, quick binder. And the thing that I love about it most is that I'll take it dry, put it in my blender, and if I'm baking or doing some dumplings in a soup, or whether I'm making some pancakes, just take the oats dry, blend it in your blender dry, and you automatically have a gluten-free flour that didn't cost you an arm and a leg and doesn't have a whole bunch of starches in it. So the gluten-free oats are such a fantastic food because they stay for a very long time on the shelf, and they're so versatile. So that's super important. Your nuts and your seeds, so pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, your almonds, your cashews, your walnuts, good to keep them. Always keep them in the fridge or freezer. Very important because they go bad, rancid fast because they have such a high fat content. So keep them in the fridge or freezer, and remember, you're just using a small handful once or twice a day. Whatever nuts can fit in your hand or seeds, and keep a variety. So seeds are so good for you. In fact, you will want to stay tuned or join our membership program. I'm going to show you how you can take these carrots, these seeds, and these beans and make this amazing, delicious loaf. So it's a vegetarian meat loaf that's just made with these simple ingredients here. Which brings me to my beans. So dry beans are best. You want to try to stay away from canned foods whenever you can. Sure, keep a couple on the shelf if you want to. The only canned foods that I really keep a lot of, or definitely regularly, is canned tomato paste or canned tomatoes, because those are great, grab and go, easy. But for beans, you'll want to do your kidney beans or your chickpeas or your lentils. You want to do them from dry. Now I know kidney beans, chickpeas, black beans, they take a long time to cook. So I recommend you do a bunch in a pressure cooker or crock pot, and when it's cooked, bag them up. Store them in your freezer. And then when you just need them to make a salad or make a stew, you just pull from the freezer, and just as soon as you rinse them in water, they're back to life again. They're not even frozen. So it is really a good idea to do your beans dry. Super cheap that way, and then you lose that gassiness. And if you use a pressure cooker, most people are just not gassy at all. So there's another hint for you as well. And again, if you're part of our membership program, I'll show you how you can take these kidney beans, these carrots, these sunflower seeds, and make this delicious lentil, not lentil, it is a sunflower, kidney bean, and carrot meatloaf that has no meat in it, but super delicious. Last but not least, just going over here again to the dry ingredients, always good to keep a gluten-free, low sugar cereal on your shelf. So this is our own granola. Maybe you make some yourself, but great grab-and-go breakfast items that are dry, easy to have if you just don't want to do the porridge or something else for breakfast. And I've got hemp. Hemp is wonderful. These are the hearts. So, you just sprinkle them on your salad, put them on your porridge. This is wonderful because hemp has all 8 amino acids, so a fantastic source of protein for those who are plant-based. As well, it's a great source of iron, of calcium, of your omegas, your essential fatty acids. I love hemp, and it's local. You can get this from Canada, grown in Canada, so we're not depleting all these third world countries of all their resources because we want these superfoods. So this is the ground version. Again, if you do shakes or smoothies, you could add the ground one to that, or just sprinkle it on top of your porridges, or add it. Say you're going to make some gluten-free pancakes with your oats, you could just add some hemp protein into it. It's pure protein. So yep, it doesn't taste sweet or anything like the proteins do, but again, all 8 amino acids, a fantastic source for iron, fiber, very rich in fiber, just so good for you. So always keeping hemp on your shelf. And last but not least, and of course there are lots of other things that could be staples for you. I'm just showing, things that I've got in my pantry. Is 2 different kinds of coconut oil. Very important. I use olive oil, and I will not be without olive oil in my home. Keep it in the refrigerator. Don't cook with it, because when you put olive oil at high heats, it actually destroys the wonderful antioxidant properties and a lot of the good fats in there, because it doesn't do well at high heats, but coconut oil does. So you'll want to use your olive oil for like your salad dressings, or maybe when your food is finished steaming, you just drizzle a bit of olive oil on it. That's what olive oil is good for. Coconut oil, if you want to lightly fry something, then coconut oil is good for that. One that I keep has full body, full flavor, so this means I want my food to taste like coconut. But sometimes you want to do a little sauteing and you don't want your food to taste like coconut, but you want to use an oil that's good at high heats. Now we've got the refined coconut. So now this doesn't taste like coconut, doesn't have the flavor of coconut, but is so still good for you. So that's why you want to keep both. And this, of course, keep a jar in your kitchen, but keep a jar in your bathroom, because it's great for hair, it's great for skin, it's great for nails, it's great for everything on the body. So this is great for the body. And again, you won't always smell like coconut, because maybe you don't want to always smell like coconut. So these, my friends, are my main staples. And again, you're going to build on it. So you're going to add your herbs, you're going to add, some of your other fresh items, you're going to add your freezer food and things like that. But these are the main things that you want to keep on your shelf, because not only good for you, fantastic for healing. If you warm up this coconut oil and you've got some pain on your body, you rub it into that area, it actually helps to relieve the pain. I've got so many natural remedies for you. So much wonderful health information. Definitely keep following us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, but also join our membership program, because if you do that, then you will get the recipes, and seeing me make these wonderful recipes once a week in your inbox. So you could just join. The link is there in the comments section right under the video. And I hope that this helps you to get your pantry well stocked up without going too crazy during these times, but also to keep it healthy, keep it plant-based, and realize that eating plant-based can be very affordable and absolutely delicious. Have a very healthful day.